Welcome back to part 2 of my Harry Potter doll special video. So basically I'm just picking up where I left off. Now it is a few hours after I filmed the last bit before lunch. I've gone away, had lunch, done lunch for my boys and done a few jobs and things, and it's actually 20 to 5 in the evening. So yes, a few hours have gone past. So I've managed to find a few things actually while I was gone. Now going back to the beginning of my video when I showed you the Our Generation doll that I dressed up to look like she was in Gryffindor, it actually came with a book as well, a pretend magic book, and I forgot all about it, but I found it while moving things around, and I actually came across the wand that came with that, and it's, like I say, it's a necklace, but I'm keeping that for myself to wear. So that is that. Now I'd left you on this doll. Now I've gone away and had a look on Amazon, and remember me saying there's a Voldemort that you can buy on his own with a snake. Now that doll is not on Amazon anymore. There is a Voldemort on there with a snake, but please don't get mixed up and think it's one of these dolls. They're actually smaller dolls. I think they're like 7 inches tall or something, and they're more like statues. They're not like these posable dolls. So please don't get mixed up if you wanted the Voldemort on his own with a snake and you were collecting these, because that one isn't the same. But yeah, I've tried to have a look for it in the search engine and I can't actually find it anyway. But I do know at the time of when, well, unless I was mistaken, but I'm sure I've seen somebody else that bought a Voldemort that was singular, and it was this style of doll, but I can't find one anymore. So I just thought I'd mention that. I'm glad this is in 2 parts because I've managed to do that. Now the only thing I didn't mention about this Harry Potter doll, and the cheapest I've seen this one is at Aldi. I don't know if they've got it now. It came in really cool packaging, and you can actually, there's little signs saying 9 3/4, and there's a Hogwarts Express train. I've actually kept the packaging and I hope to do some crafting with it in the future, some little display or something. So yeah, it just seemed too nice to dispose of basically. So I'm going to pop Harry over here actually, because while I've been gone from camera, I've managed to grab a few things, but I've managed to move a few things as well, so that's quite useful. Okay, so I'm going to go to dolls again in a moment, but I'm going to show you one thing I've made. Now in a previous video I showed you a couple of logs that I'd stuck together that were meant to hold card placements at weddings that I got from Hobbycraft, and I said to you the intention was I was going to do 2 sets of them, and then I was going to put lollipop sticks or something across the top. Now I did attempt to do this with this piece here. I don't know how well you can see the detail on it. I've got a big shot machine, and I've also got an impression, like an embossing folder that will do a wood grain. So I put some craft card through it, and I glued it to 2 lollipop sticks stacked up, and I was going to put that across it, but then I ended up, when I put it on the logs, I decided that it needed 2 lollipop sticks side by side, so I scrapped this because I couldn't at the time, because this took me a while to do. You know, I'd put all the big shot away and everything, and then I realised I needed 2 of them, so I didn't end up using it this time. But this is what I ended up with. So basically it's 2 card holders there glued together with hot glue, 2 there, and that's 2 lollipop sticks on the top like that, and I've put 2 across here as supports as well, just the thinner ones. These are actually food grade ones, these ones, and the only thing I'd say about food grade lollipop sticks, they are quite smooth and shiny, and sometimes they do come apart. I've had to re-stick a few of my lollipop crafts together sometimes, and it probably doesn't help. I keep them right by a radiator so they're getting warm and things. But then so these are good for like seating the dolls on for displays, but then I went on to do another one, was an extra long one. So if you've seen my Easter display popping up on social media anywhere, then you'll have this is what some of the dolls were sitting on these for the audience. So I'd kind of got this one here, and I've got this one around here, and then I'd put some of the smaller child dolls that I've accumulated recently and put them on the floor, like sitting there to watch the Easter show that I created, which I haven't showed. I don't think I've showed it in this video because it predominantly was like Barbie dolls and things, and yeah, but there were Harry Potter dolls. I'd got Luna Lovegood in the audience. I'd got Harry in his own clothes in the audience as well. So yeah, so there was, and Dobby was actually in the audience as well. So anyway, right, I'm going to show you more things I've made, but I'm going to go to dolls now. So let's have a look. So maybe Luna, right? So I have shown Luna on my channel before. Now Luna came in her own clothes, Luna Lovegood. She didn't come with a school uniform. I'm not going to talk about the articulation in this half of the video. Basically, all the dolls you're going to see, apart from Dobby, I'll explain his articulation. They've all got the same articulation. Okay, so what I said about the heads going this way, shoulders, arms, elbows, knees, and hip and things. So basically, Luna's shoes look like they're turning out a little bit because they're so poseable. You can twist their feet around a little bit. But Luna's got these really cool boots. They are removable. She's got leggings on, which are removable. Then she's got this jacket on. She's got a wand, and actually the jacket is removable. And you can take it off, and she's wearing this fancy little top. And it's got moons, stars, dots, horses, and her glasses that she wears. She's quite comical actually, because she wears glasses a little bit like Elton John kind of style. Now she did come with a magazine called the Quidditch something, and I know I bought it over here, but I can't actually see it at the moment, but it is around. If I find it while I'm showing you things, I will show it. Now these are the glasses she came with. That's her face close up, and I'll pop those on. Oh, I'm not putting them on very straight. I'll look at her head on and try and put those on. They still don't look all that straight. I think I need to mess around a little bit if I want to get them straight. But they're quite comedic, aren't they? And yeah, and like I say, she's comes with a magazine as well, but no uniform or anything. But Luna is actually in Ravenclaw, and actually, if you do, there's a quiz you can do online, and you find out what house you're in. You have to answer lots of questions, and I'm in Ravenclaw as well, apparently, and my wand is made of ash. And I can't remember what my Patronus is. I'll have to find out. If you're a Harry Potter fan, you'll be very aware of what a Patronus is, but I can't remember what mine is at the moment. I need to look it up. It was a while ago that I did it. So now I'm going on to Dobby, the house elf. Now now people that have watched my channel before that I've showed, they've said he's a bit freaky looking. Now I suppose he is, but if you're a Harry Potter fan and you've watched the movies, you'll really like him. I can't remember what my impression was from the books. I'm sure I really liked him in the books as well. So but you know a lot more about the characters. You know, like Harry's a bit different in the books to how he is on the movies. I like either way, but he's a little bit more sarcastic and has a bit more of a joke and things, I'd say, in the books than he does on the movies. Anyway, go back to Dobby the house elf. Now, he doesn't come with this cup. This is a Barbie cup that I've given him because he was watching the Easter show, and I just gave that him for a little bit of a giggle. But what he did come with is a sock, because it's a bit of a symbolism thing. I don't obviously want to talk about the sock because I don't want to ruin it for others, but it's an important part of the house elf's life, and it has some significance. So that's the one he came with, but I knitted one. Now Deborah sent me a little pattern. I don't know if I did it right actually, but it's supposed to be a brooch that knitters wear that do sock knitting. So when you go to shows and things, you show you're a sock knitter. But I knitted it for Dobby, and those are my efforts, using an actual sample of a sock yarn that I won in a raffle. Actually, it was just a tiny little ball. So I'll just pop Dobby on there and his socks. So what shall we do next? So I will show you something I've made for the that's Harry Potter, and then I'll go back to dolls again. And I have shown this before. I've managed to get some Harry Potter fabrics, and I made these cushions, and it was because I made a lollipop chair, which I haven't got to hand at the moment. I have showed it before, but it was like a you know, kind of a loungy kind of chair. I've got a Barbie sitting on it at the moment, like a bit of a spa Barbie, but yeah, I made that. But I've actually been keeping those inside my handmade wigwam. I made a Mandy Shaw wigwam many years ago for a fabric doll, and now I'm using it for these fashion dolls, and I've got it out on display at the moment. And actually my doll, my mini-me, is actually sitting in it now. I've put her back and she's doing a knitting, so yeah, so she's over there. But that's what I initially made it for, but now they're sitting in the wigwam. But I suppose they can be moved around to different areas and things, can't they? So back to dolls. So maybe I'll move this bench over a little bit now, because I might want to stand some of these dolls up for you to see. So we're going to now, we've got 8 more dolls. Some of them are the same doll, but they're in different outfits. So these dolls are older dolls, right? Older than when they first started Hogwarts, but they're all children. Now, I'm going to start with Ron. Now, I may have shown Ron before. Now, my husband bought me this doll for, I think it was either Mother's Day or Valentine's Day. He said, is there anything I wanted? And I said, I'd really like this doll. Now, poor Ron, now he's got a more mature face than the younger doll, which I am going to show you in a moment, but he's got a more mature face here, and he's got these hideous robes on, basically. Now, these are hand-me-down robes that have been handed down in generations of his family. He really dislikes them, but he wears them to the Hogwarts Yule Ball, and much to his dismay. And he takes, he has a date, I can't remember, I think the sisters that Harry and Ron take, I think, or friends, I can't quite remember. I can't remember their names. It's kind of on the edge of my brain what their names are. But if I can get some photographs of their dates and names, I'll pop them up on the screen for you to see. So this is Ron in his Yule Ball outfit, and I've got Harry. Now, Ron I overpaid for. So far, I had to pay more than I wanted to for the Draco Malfoy doll. That was more than retail price. And this was more than retail price, over double what the retail price was. But I didn't, you know, I just wanted this collection. I wouldn't pay, I don't think I would have done it. Say if all the dolls had been overpriced, I don't think I would have collected them, is my honest opinion. But as I've only had to overpay for 3 of them, it's not been too bad, and I've managed to get some of them cheaper than retail, so it kind of balanced out a little bit. But anyway, here is Harry, and again, he's got the more mature face. I think his face is the same as this doll, the Tri-Wizard Tournament doll. I'll just put them next to each other. Their hair looks the same as well, the same hair colour. Now, if you had a look at the doll that I showed you earlier, if I just get him, his hair is a little bit darker here, but they've lightened it a little bit on this doll. And I don't know for sure. Actually, let me take their shoes off, because I did say to you I was going to compare the heights of them. Oh gosh, they're not all that easy to remove, in all honesty. Right, I might have to cut a bit of that out with the time it took me to take those shoes off. Now this doll has still got his shoes on, but I'm just going to put them next to each other. Yeah, what it is, this doll was looking bigger. Now he's took his shoes off, he looks smaller. So I think if I took Harry's shoes off here, I think they would be the same height. So basically, they have matured the doll in face and lightened the hair. But let me just get these shoes back on. Ugh. Right, I'm back with you. But they haven't changed the heights, basically, with these dolls, from what I'm seeing. Now, I get more excited, I think, about the girl dolls, right? Because I like dresses and things. And obviously, because I live in a house full of men, I've had 3 sons. Yeah, I like a bit of femininity and a bit of fun. So here is Hermione. Right, and I did show you in one of my other videos, and I haven't actually spoke about if the clothes are removable with these. So actually, I do already know this. Their jackets do come off. They're totally removable, so they don't have to wear their jackets all night. And the trousers are separate. The only thing that's joined, the shirt and the waistcoat, is one piece, and I'm guessing it's going to have Velcro down the back. And the same with Ron. His shirt and waistcoat look all one piece, trousers separate, but his jacket will totally come off. So they don't have to wear their jackets all night, which they'll probably be pleased about. Now, I have shown Hermione before, and I showed these are her shoes. They're fab, aren't they? And her dress is all one piece, and she's got an updo, and she's got earrings, and she's lovely, isn't she? So yeah, I know I've been a bit brief about them now, but I'm just trying to hurry it along a little bit. And here, now, I don't think I've ever showed you this doll before. This is Cho Chang. Now, this was actually a love interest of Harry's at some point during the movies and the books, but it's not the person. Well, I won't talk about who he ends up with eventually, but yes, she was a love interest of Harry's. They did like each other, and she's lovely, isn't she? And it's lovely to have like an Oriental doll in her Oriental clothing. Now, her shoes are the same as Hermione's, but they're a different colour, and her dress is like I'd say like a false satin. And it feels lovely, actually, and I'm guessing it'll come off all in one piece. It's got these lovely dramatic sleeves, only good for a formal occasion, and she's also got earrings and an updo, and she's just lovely, isn't she? So but these would look a nice bunch of couples, wouldn't they, to go to the Yule Ball. So now they all came with an invitation to the Yule Ball, and they're all exactly the same. So you could place these into their hands, because they're got good articulation. You could get them to hold them like this, but basically they all came with them, and they fold a little. I wouldn't fold them too crazy, because I think they could break if you went a little bit overboard with them. But yes, they've all got them, which is fantastic, right? So I'm going to move the Yule Ball dolls aside, and I'm going to show you the 4 final dolls. Now, even though the 4 final dolls are the first dolls I owned, well, 3 of them definitely are the first ones I owned of Harry Potter dolls, I have a good reason, and it's because, sorry about that, moving things, I've made something that I'm really, really, really excited about. So I'm going to move it over. Now, this is a thing that's taken me 5 afternoons plus 1 evening drawing a few templates out and things. And here it is. Ta-da! It's basically a Gryffindor common room inspired sofa, basically. Now, if you've ever seen the Gryffindor common room sofa. It is a tatty maroon kind of looking thing, right? It is diabolical. So this looks a lot smarter than the one in the movie, but it's a Gryffindor common room inspired sofa. And here are the dolls I've got sitting on it. Now what I'll do is I'll take the dolls off, I'll talk about them, and then I'll show you the sofa. Or should we do it the other way round? Right, should we do the sofa? Right, I'll take all the dolls off and we'll do the sofa. Right, now I have followed a YouTube tutorial to make this, and I will leave the link to it below. Her name's Olive. Now I have done some things a little bit different, and my cardboard was different. I later realised when she was putting 3 layers of cardboard together, they were coming to 2 centimetres thickness. And mine, I had to put 7 layers of my cardboard to get it to 2 centimetre thickness. So it's probably taken me a lot longer to make than it probably took the lady that designed this. Well, I think it's her design, but she's definitely got a YouTube video on it. And so there's probably some differences. So I did have to thicken mine up. So mine might be thinner in places, but I ended up using cardboard on places. She just used a piece of felt. So I thickened mine up in other ways, but basically these all come off. Right, so I'll show it you around the back. So I used my leftover fabric from when I bought the fabrics to make those cushions. This is what it looks like from the side. Now these all do come off like this, and then you can see a bit of cardboard. That's the only bit, and the bit underneath that's still got cardboard, because these are totally covered, look, like this. I can take those off, and these all come off as well, like that. So you can actually, so there's cardboard there, look. So you could actually store things in here. You could actually fit a whole doll in here. If I just get a doll, put it inside, look. A doll can fit inside there, so it is rather spacious. So I'll just get Ron back out of there. So I'm just going to pop all those back on there. So yes, it's great for storage. So if I've got some like little Harry Potter bits that I don't want out all the time, or Barbie bits or something, I can put those in. But yeah, it's taken me quite a while to make. It's many layers of things, and yeah, it's quite exciting. And I've made it all with, mainly with recycled things. I've made it with Amazon packaging, fabric I had left over from another project, and hot glue, which I had basically in this thing here, and which obviously I've bought in the past. Now I did use some foam that were £1.50 a sheet, and I've used a few and I've got some left, but I had a voucher of £5, which I've managed to basically pay for my foam with the voucher, which is great. So yeah, I think I've made this very inexpensively using things I've already got in the house. So yeah, I'm just chuffed to bits with it, and I'm really hoping the YouTuber that has designed it, I hope she watches my video. I have messaged her to say that I'm going to put it on my next video, but as it happens, it won't be the next one, it'll be the one after, because this has ended up being 2 parts. So anyway, we're going on to Ron. I've spoke about Ron in my Stitch Diary videos. He didn't come with this jumper. I knitted it. It was a jumper that was supposed to be a stripy jumper for a Magnus the Mouse, which is an Arnie and Carlos pattern in their Knit and Crochet Garden book, but I've just literally put it on top of the uniform that he came in, which looks like that. Now his mum knitted him a jumper in the first film for Christmas, and she knitted one for Harry. Now I did say I was a little bit confused because she knitted one for Harry, and he had his initial on it, but I couldn't find it. But apparently I did see, because I have the movie on DVD, but I haven't watched it on DVD for a while. Apparently it's the extended version that you see Harry in the jumper in the first movie, but unless you watch the extended version you won't see Harry in his H jumper. But that is Ron, and he's lovely, isn't he? So obviously I've got two Rundolls now. So yeah, I've got two Rundolls, one with him looking a little bit younger and the Yule Ball, him looking a little bit older. Now this is the well, I say the youngest looking Harry I've got. He actually has the same face as this one, and they'll probably have the same body, same height and everything. All it is with this one, he is in his school uniform. Now basically their uniform, the top part, the shirt and everything is all one piece, and the lines are printed on, and I knitted this jumper the same pattern, but I've done a Gryffindor inspired stripe on it, and I've just left that on there. So I'll just pop Harry on there. I'll move those along actually. So now it's time for the girls. Now this is Ginny Weasley. This is Ron's sister. She's in the year below. She's absolutely besotted with Harry. Now she is wearing a skirt which is removable, and the same, this is the top, it's all one piece, everything's printed on, even the tie. There is a separate collar, and it's all got Velcro in the back, and she wears these long socks and these lovely shoes, and the boys have got shoes like that. So, but yeah, she's such a pretty doll, isn't she? I really love her. She's got lovely hair. Actually, if I could see the brush to hand that I was using earlier, I probably would have brushed her hair, which I've never brushed it. But yeah, she's absolutely gorgeous. So I'll just pop her on the chair next to Ron. Now, this is the final doll I've got to show you. Actually, I'll show you something I've made for Ron as well. I have shown this in my Stitch Diary videos. Now Ron wears a knitted hat as an older character in the movies. Now this hat you can make for humans, children and adults, in one of the knitting books that I've got. But I basically took that inspiration and made a doll size one, using basically a hat for a knitted bird out of one of the Arnie and Carlos knitted bird book, but then turned it into this pattern. So that's Ron's hat. Now this is Hermione Granger. Now this doll looks younger than her Yule Ball doll. They've got a different face look. Obviously she's going to look tall. I don't know if there's difference in the height. It's probably the shoes. Her hair looks a little bit darker in this one, and obviously she's got earrings. They've got a different hairstyle. But obviously this one, her uniform is the same as Ginny's. You know, it's all removable in the same places and things. And she's got like crimped hair on the top, and it's straight underneath. She's got kind of a few red tones and brown tones in it, and yeah, it's lovely, isn't it? Now Hermione in the film, she has a cat called Crookshanks. Now I had been giving her a little cartoon looking cat which actually belongs to Daisy from the Barbie's basically friend from Barbie's Dream House, or Daisy's in a few of the newer Barbie series, the girl with the pink hair and she plays a guitar. She's got a ginger cat, but I was giving her that cat, but I've managed to get a more lifelike cat, and it is called Collect a Pet, and it's a Persian cat, and it's very lifelike, and it's absolutely gorgeous, isn't it? And I've given that to Hermione. So basically I sat her on here and I popped that on her lap so she can have her cat on the settee. So anyway, I really hoped you've liked seeing all my Harry Potter dolls. I've managed to do this second part in a much faster time actually, and I really hope you've enjoyed seeing what I've managed to collect and what I've made. And there's definitely going to be some more Harry Potter inspired doll crafts coming up, because obviously I just like making little doll things for them. It's lots of fun. And so yeah, and obviously I'm collecting like Barbie things as well. So yeah, what my plan is, I'm kind of doing different scenes for Barbie and things, and I'm just kind of changing them out, and Harry Potter scenes and things. So yeah, so I hope if you like that kind of thing, you might like these doll diary videos. If you don't, maybe just stick to my Stitch diary videos, where I'm just talking about things I've sewn and knitted and crochet. Some things are toy related, clothes I've made for myself, and just little bits and bobs. Now my next video should be a Stitch diary video. I have cut out some fabric to make the Owl and the Sewing Cat apron, where I'll be doing applique and free motion embroidery. That will be my next sewing project, and I have got some unboxing things to show you and things that I'm planning on making. So yeah, so just leave me with it for a little bit. It is the Easter holidays, I've got everybody at home, so it's rather busy. So yeah, I just probably need a little bit of time to spend some time sewing and stop playing with dolls and things as well. So thank you so much for joining me for this second part of the Harry Potter right, it's because I'm trying to say special Harry Potter doll special part 2. So thank you so much, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye.